Robert Brownwood, and I'm Assistant Deputy Director for the Division of Drinking Water. I've been in this position for about 4 years, with the drinking water program in total almost 20. Got into drinking water middle of college, actually. I was in Brazil and I saw this guy come up out of the center of the road in a big puddle of water, and just decided I wanted to get into drinking water. And so I went to college or changed my career actually to civil engineering. The goal was to bring drinking water to third world underdeveloped countries. I just saw that guy coming up out of the water, driving down the street, and there was a hole in the middle of the street with water boiling out of it. Obviously a main had been broken, and this head, like in Apocalypse Now, just coming up out of the water, and grabbed a big breath of air and went back down into the hole to fix the pipe. And also being down there in the villages, in the small villages where they had no water to drink, and realized that, yeah, I want to switch my career from ag engineering and get into civil engineering and work with water.
Did you realize immediately the challenges of drinking water and what you were up against?
Not at all. Yeah.
Took a while?
It's still taking time. I'm still learning, yeah, all the time.
So we go from Brazil to California up here on the 24th floor, and you're working on drinking water for California. Are you still working on the same thing that inspired you?
Well, we are. Yeah, we're working with the legislature and the governor's office and Cal EPA to look at how we can bring water to the almost 1 million people who don't have clean water to drink, and the disadvantaged communities, and how to make sure that they could have access to pure, wholesome, potable water.
And how has your inspiration changed or stayed the same since that vision you had all those years ago?
Well, I was willing to do this, going to Africa and South America and Asia, and realizing that the need here in California is just as great, and I can now do that here.
Converting wastewater into drinking water, what's that all about, and what are some common misconceptions the average person might have about that?
Well, technically we're already drinking wastewater. Eventually the water that we have has been processed over thousands of years and through the hydrologic cycle, and it's been somebody's waste before, so it's just been diluted and it's been treated through the environment. So what we're looking at doing is speeding up that process using technology and engineering, and we have until 2023 to develop regulations for that. And if the science isn't there, then we take more time. If the science is there, that we may be finished by December of 2023. Say the science is there, it's to document that what we're doing is going to be protective of public health. Other people aren't, other areas in the country and the world, it's not what we call direct potable reuse, which is taking the waste, going through advanced treatment, and then putting it into the drinking water supply. They're still putting it into the environment for additional treatment.
Is this something that you were wanting to do early on in your career? Is this the kind of thing you were mentioning earlier that you wanted to?
Yeah. Well, it's just a thought when I was getting into civil engineering. I thought, how cool would it be to convert wastewater into drinking water, and to bring drinking water to underprivileged and disadvantaged communities. And yeah, about 6 months ago I realized that's kind of what I'm doing here in this job. That's my task, and I think that's pretty exciting to realize it. What started out as just a vague dream is becoming a reality after 25, 30 years of a career.